But you were with WWE for quite a while. You were Keo for many years on SmackDown, and then eventually Jimmy Wang Yang, which I think was it's probably one of my favorite characters during that time. And you played it really, really well. Let's talk about that because how did this character, this gimmick of a Asian American redneck come to be? How did you get presented with that character?
So this is a crazy story, So me trying to get laid turned me into Asian redneck. So so uh I was, I was doing Ring of Honor. I was Ring of Honor, but I met this really hot, beautiful lady, and WWE was coming to Lexington and I was in Cincinnati, so I was going to try and impress her, like, oh, it's just an hour and a half drive, I know everybody there. I'll hook up free tickets and, like I'll just wine and dine you and all this kind of stuff and like trying to impress her. So when we get to the building, like I go backstage to go find the tickets and me and Vince cross paths, and he's like, Jimmy, where the hell you been? I'm like, you fired me? The what? I did. Oh man, we got to talk about this. I'll be back. I got to go do this rehearsal. I'll be back to you. I was like, did he not know he just fired me? Or he just fired me like 2 months ago or 4 months ago or whatever it was. He's like, man, that's crazy. But then I started thinking about this is Vince McMahon. He's a billionaire, runs a billionaire company. Of course, he's going to let something or some things slip through the cracks, So I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense, like whatever. And then I go to catering. I'm eating a steak, and all of a sudden, like people run into me and say, "Hey, Jimmy, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing?" I was like, eating steak, eating steak. What does it look like? Say, hey, can we need you at ringside? Can you come to ringside? I'm like, okay, so I go to ringside and this is the pay-per-view Vince versus God.
Uh,
There's something with Spirit Squad and Shawn Michaels. So they were rehearsing the bump for Shawn. This Spirit Squad was all throw him up in the air 20 feet and go to a
mhm.
table. And me and Sean are the same we're about the same size. So they said, Jimmy, y'all, do you mind doing this? I'm like, whatever, But then Michael P.S. Hayes said to Vince, like, hey Vince, Jimmy isn't under contract. You let him do it? And he's like, yeah, he should be under contract. Let him do it. And they threw my ass in the air, went through the tables, and Sean asked, how was it? And I was like, yeah, it's okay. You're not going to die, So it's like, it's cool. And then they said, all right, well, we'll talk to you later. So go back to catering, get the tickets, finish my steak, and then I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm going to go meet the girl, And then they say, hey Jimmy, can you come to Raw tomorrow? I was like, oh, it's in Columbus, but like, what my original plan was is to have a freak fest that night. So I was like, okay, what? I was like, oh, okay, oh yeah, I'll come to Raw tomorrow. So, so I went to Raw, walked in, and then they like had a uh, put me in a match on Sunday Night Heat with Charlie Haas, and we went out there and we had a great match, and then. I thought it was over, and then it's like, oh, that was great, whatever. And then they come to me again, say, hey, Jimmy, can you come to Cincinnati tomorrow for SmackDown? I'm like, you know what I really want to be doing tonight? Like, but yeah, I need to think about this and like, okay, I'll come to SmackDown tomorrow. And then when I walked into SmackDown, like they got me and say, hey, yeah, we're going to hire you back. And I was like, this is crazy, like I know you don't know the story, but like Jimmy Wang Yang, I've been fired. I have a record for being fired from WWE, me and Marty Jannetty. So like the first time was after WCW and then Keo and then Keo got fired. And then this is my third time with the WWE. So I'm like, man, I need to go thank Vince for this because it's not it's this doesn't happen. I hire somebody 3 times, so knock on the door and like, hey Vince, I was, oh Jimmy, get in here, whatever. Ha, ha. Hey, I didn't even know you was fired. But last time he was here, I didn't let you talk because you're this Korean dude that grew up in Georgia. It's like, Okay, and said, but this time we're going to make a negative out of positive. I'm going to make you the Asian redneck. That's funny. And your name's going to be Jimmy Wang Yang. It rhymes. So, like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want as long as that check comes every Monday. I'm cool with it. Say, oh, okay, cool. It'll be there Monday, and I'll get out of my office. Wang Yang, it rhymes. You know,
Wow.
yeah, Jimmy Wang Yang got me four action figures, baseball cards, and up on a video game. So like, how cool is that? Like, I don't, like it's whatever, like, goofy character or whatever it is, but like, hey, you see that thing on the wall? I got those magazine articles right there. So it's like, yeah, yeah, I can play myself on a video game. That's the coolest thing ever. So
You had a pretty good theme song too. And who
I
taught
I didn't like my theme song. So, but I know people do like that theme
you?
song. But
You didn't like it?
yeah, it didn't just like I like it, but it doesn't get you hyped up to really punch somebody in the face. It's like I need some like if I'm about to go out there and perform, I need some juice.
What's your like ideal entrance theme if you had to pick
Yeah.
something?
When yeah, I like Save a Horse Ride a Cowboy for Jimmy Wang Yang. Like that's more upbeat than like the Jimmy Wang Yang theme. I'm gonna punch you in the face tonight or something, something like that. Like it's like not it doesn't have a good or upbeat beat. So
Let's talk about the dance moves. Did you do that? Did you come up with that yourself, or did somebody walk you through like the two steps?
yeah.
The
I just remember my best friend Ryan. He used to do this little scuffle all the time. Every time after he should have like every time after he made a shot, he'd be like, "Ooh," I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." But like it also, I have been a few country bars and started seeing the line dancing. And really, how I first came up with it. But everything's line dancing. The is similar to the Cupid Shuffle and the Wobble and
Mhm.
Cotton Eye Joe and all these kind of line dances, just like 1, 2, 1, 2. So but really, I remember listening to Honky Tonk Badonky Donk
Yep.
by Chase Atkins, and he go left, 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 right, left, you know, and I kind of put that was the two step, but like the little shimmy was from my friend Ryan that every time he would make a shot, he oh yeah, baby. Yeah.
So those are some pretty good influences, that fused into the character, which I think is pretty amazing. And you got